Alright guys, you know what time it is. Time for an early morning wander. You better believe it. I can't trust this camera anymore. It just gave me the SD card error. But, you know, that just means take the card out and put it back in. Right. Here we are. I'm off on a early morning wander, looking at my Gucci. It's 5 after 8 a.m. on a Monday in February, my birthday month. And so I've been putting this one off for a long time because I'm a lazy prick, and sitting on my duff is more fun than going out. At least it is at 7 a.m. when I'm cuddled up in my warm bed. What are you doing? So I'm off to the Fraser River. I'm walking to Steveston from the Massey Tunnel to Steveston. So I'd say join me, but I mean, really, that's up to you. I just have to walk through this industrial part and I'll be at the river. You might get some footage in between here and there. Who knows? These industrial areas, I always like walking through them, because every once in a while you'll see a residential house, you know, where someone has like lived for, you know, since before all this shit was here. And look, here we are, we're at number 5 in Hartnell Road. Now, of course, Hartnell Road, named after the actor William Hartnell. Look at the Porsche 944. Nice. Named after William Hartnell, of course, the first actor to play the Doctor in Doctor Who. So you can log that in the old fucking memory dome and enjoy that. This is great. There's this. Anyway. Oh yeah, here we are. Of course, this camera is already fucking giving me jip, but this is Hayden Diamond Drilling Industries, of course, named after Hayden Christensen, TV's Darth Vader. So you're learning that. Anyway, and I hope to be much more educational in my videography, because you know, I want you to be learning stuff as I'm learning stuff. You better believe it. Here's a couple of those residential houses that I was talking about earlier. You know, right down here in the middle of a fucking industrial park, you got somebody living here. Imagine the mailman coming down here and delivering your mail. Tell me that wouldn't be the weirdest thing ever. Oh, I gotta go to 12200 whatever fucking street I am. Imagine living there. That'd be weird, man. Of course, there's Foley's Candies and Chocolates over there, named after WWF wrestler Mick Foley. You may know him better as Mrs. Foley's little boy. You better believe it. Well, here I am at the river, as promised. Of course, there you see the gravel barge getting filled up with gravel from the works yard. That's a good thing. That's a big pile of white shit. Don't know what that is. Probably salt, maybe lime. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm not a city works feller. Look at, there's a bunch of seagulls there riding on a log. That looks fun. So here I am. I haven't been on this walk in a long time, since before I left for Calgary. And it was some time before I left for Calgary that I walked here last time. Yeah, like I said, I've been putting this off for a while because it's a ball ache to get here, but you know, I do this for you, the home viewer. No? Just still working? Yeah. Look, there's some geese. They're having a good time. Well, that one looks like it's just standing on the water. There's some rose hips. You can survive off those if you were, well, maybe not survive. But yeah, so I'm gonna walk down there. I'll get you some more footage in a bit. It's about time that the old percolation's happening down below, so Jeremy needs to rock a piss. You better believe it. I mean, I know you've all wanted to see the Horseshoe Slough drainage pump station. If you listen down there, that's water getting pumped out into the river. Here's some kind of a blue device here. I mean, you know. And then the old Horseshoe Slough trail up through there. I've come down there a couple times, but it's easier to get down here the way I came. Here you see good old Horseshoe Slough, boy. Look at the water. She's moving at a fair clip down there, coming out of the old drainage pipe. And just listening to that water is making me really need to fucking rock voisine piss, and I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, of course, Horseshoe Slough trail, it's known more often than not as dogs off leash area. You better believe it. Let's take a looky-loo at this. I'm on a beach. I mean, beach is a really loose way of defining it, but I mean, and most of the shit that's here looks like it's either pieces of cement or, I don't know, some kind of quite possibly toxic. There's an eagle flying around out there. I stopped underneath these trees. I'll give you 3 guesses why. That's right, I'm gonna rock voisine. So yeah, there's a nice little beach. You can come down here and have a paddle in the creek. This is the south arm of the Fraser River, as I've mentioned before being here. There's a lot of good stuff laying on the ground here that I can see. Bits of old tile and probably some nails and good stuff. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. A little bit chilly this morning. It's going to get up to about 8 or 9 degrees later. I'll be home by then, so it's not going to make any difference. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Let's go through here. Come on, guys. Join me. Unless the camera punked out. No, she's still, is it still working? Yeah? Look at this. What's going on in here? Fuck. Big sloppy fucking mess. Look at that. Oh, yeah. This looks like the perfect spot to get my piss on. Okay, well, I'm gonna look around here for a bit and let you look just at this. Join me on this beautiful moment and we can share it together. There's a little house in there down on, we're on River Road, by the way. There's a little house down there. Right now I'm just walking down the street. There's not enough traffic here to really worry about. There's this old barn up here that's been falling down ever since I can remember. Probably since before I was alive it's been falling down. But I'll show you that. That's exciting. We're coming up on Finn Slough, where a bunch of Finlanders settled back in the day. It's still inhabited by little kind of fishing shacks and shit. I'll try and get as good a shot as I can of it. You can't really get on it, it's private property, but you know, I have snuck into a dilapidated house there before, but that was a long time ago. Anyway, is this thing still filming? Yeah. There's that old barn. She's seen better days. But yeah, in the summer this thing is completely full of cattails and shit like that. There's a guy back there chopping wood. Looked like Mick Foley, or as you might know him, Mrs. Foley's little boy. Anyway, more to come. Here we are at the beginning of Finn Slough. Look at that old building there. I guess it was I mean, it might have been a house, and then I don't know what it was, but it's been slowly reclaimed by the swamp, you know, as is its wont to fuck off. So you can see the houses are all up on stilts or floating like that one, and like I said, people still live here, you know, like it's just this little slough here. Well, it's pretty big. When I get to the other end you'll see more of it, but you know, sure, probably in the summer this place is just humming with mosquitoes. I'd rather live in, well, not in a swamp, but you can see, like, that's pretty good, right? Still filming. That's pretty good. And then the guy living over here on this side again, with the culvert down there filled with creek water, is probably humming with mosquitoes. There's another shack being reclaimed by the swamp. I mean, that's a pretty cool house. Cool enough for me to take a picture of it, I'll tell you that right now, and I ain't kidding you. Oops. I just heard somebody, yeah, there's a dude over there walking around in their house that they live in. But yeah, you can't get on there unless you know people. You know, you have to know people, and I don't know people. I mean, I know of people. See, village of Finn Slough. There used to be a little sign thing here. Oh, there it is. Let's go take a look at it and see what it says. I have, like I said, I've walked. See, no public access. They're telling you where to take pictures, which are all been erased or something like that. But Finn Slough Heritage and Wetland Society. So, but you can see, look at that. The houses, they're all on stilts. There's an old boat there that's being reclaimed by the swamp. That looks like a floating garden. But yeah, I have made my way through there before and tried to get in, but she's locked up. Anyway, I'm still gonna take a photo. What are they gonna do? Arrest me? I mean, worst case scenario, I fall in the swamp. So, you know, that would be terrible, actually. Never mind. So yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit further up. Well, I'm gonna go all the way to Steveston, but I'll be able to show you more from a few vantage points. This is like a boat ramp, and that's a big flat kind of a swamp boat. I don't know. There's another house on stilts across the way. Well, here's one on stilts right here. So that's the thing that happened. But yeah, imagine living in there. Imagine living in all these places. Like, you know, the funny part about it is people do live in these places. There's an old boat. I don't know if that thing still floats around, but who knows. An old VW bus. Me and my parents drove in one of those all around Europe when I was a kid. Yeah, like, imagine being Amazon and trying to deliver here. It's like, oh yeah, where do you live? Oh, down in the swamp. There's a boat. Looks like Relic's boat. Oh, that was an aluminum hulled boat. But yeah, like, people are living here. I mean, you know, sure, it's kind of a rustic life where you gotta have an orange tarp in your window. But other than that, I mean, it looks like fucking Sweet Haven from TV's Popeye movie. I've seen, like, look at this. This is somebody's house, man. And I ain't kidding you. People are living here. I've seen people sleeping in their car down here on this stretch as well, so. Oh, and of course the notice board is out. Let's go see what it has to say. Right. Well, but yeah, like, you know, it's nice of them to clear some passage. Like, look at this fucking house. Look at her. She's just on, like, wood pilings. She's got a satellite dish. Still running? Yeah. I don't know what's across the way. I guess it's the farm. In fact, it is a farm. That silver minivan right there is the one that I saw down here last time. The guy sleeping in. He's still sleeping down here. But here's the Finn Slough dock. Here's where I've seen swans swimming around, but you can see right down the pike. Look at that. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? I mean, I'm amazed, and you know, I'm really picky. But anyway, I'm gonna take a few photos, and look at that big barge. Holy Jesus. It's the Orca Helix. Accept no substitute. Okay, well, I'm gonna, like I said, take a few pictures and keep heading on. Tell me that wasn't interesting and cool. If you do, tell me that you're blocked. Over there you see Regal Terminals, of course named after the famous wrestler Steve Regal. He wrestled in the sandpits of India, and that's the truth. There's this. Look at this. Another fucking ditch full of water, which is probably humming again in the summertime with mosquitoes. There used to be down here, I have gone down here before, there used to be a picture of Bart Simpson. I wonder if that's still there. Yeah, there it is. He's peeking out from behind the debris pisser there. But, you know, there's that. Imagine falling into that brown water. Boy, that'd be grim. But, you know, it's an adventure that all of us really should have one day. There's some kind of a ball down there, and wait a minute. Oh, you better believe it. Look at this old bottle. Oh, what was in there? Probably some kind of a horrible liquor. And look at this. Some Beppis and another. That's a Jack Daniels bottle, or a Jim Beam bottle maybe. Look at this. Someone's had fun here. They drank some liquor and, well, they did that too. I'm not sure what that is. Look at this. Someone's been playing kickball and doing whatever that is. But yeah, let's see if we can see old Bort back here. Took a picture of this one time. Nah, you can't. Poor old Bart Simpson. That's a height though, right? Fuck. Fell down. Look at this Budweiser can. pretty grim down here, actually. Those ducks are having fun, though, and that's the most important thing. Oh, boy, howdy. Well, at least I got down here. Oh, look at this, it's Mickey Mouse. Or, well, Steamboat Willie, because you're allowed to say that. Alright. Well, let's fucking get out of here. Honk. Honk. Well, that was fun. Oh, you might remember this area from all of your internet searches as Richmond Drainage Slough Discard Structure. Oh, it's Woodward's Slough. Accept no substitute, boys. Accept no substitute. Another beautiful day. Steveston Village, 5.2 kilometers. Kind of thought it was closer than that, but what's a kilometer? I don't know. I remember walking through here when I was still working night shift, catching like the first bus, and it was pitch dark. Couldn't see shit. But, you know, I'm never gonna work night shift again unless they're paying me. I'd say they'd have to pay me about $50 an hour, and even then I'd only do it for a year, and then I'd quit because I hate work. Yeah, this is a farm. I've seen people working out in that farm, doing stuff, looking around, talking to vegetables, I guess is probably what they were doing. I'm not sure, but you know, they enjoyed themselves, which is the most important thing. Brisk out this morning, but it's a beautiful day. I don't know if you can see up there, that's an eagle's nest. It's got to be at least 5 or 6 feet across. I was going to cut through there, but that looks like a swamp. But yeah, thing's massive. Absolutely massive. Eagles are big. They make big nests. We're almost at the water here, and then I'm going to head that way. Look at all these people walking fast, listening to their podcasts. Unbelievable. Of course, some may remember my videos of the Bow River and Elbow River in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Those are rivers that are slightly, well, more narrow than this. Huh, fella down there fishing. Look what he's catching. Something weird, probably. There's another eagle's nest up there. Again, absolutely massive. Look at this guy. Imagine if he caught a fish right now and I saw it on film. Well, you're gonna have to imagine it because it's not gonna happen. This is the dog park section, so everyone here is walking a dog. But yeah, we're coming up to there's a dock there, and then there's a little bit of more of a wander before I get to Steveston Village. Yeah, pretty good chance that I'm going to hit the thrift stores when I'm there, so I might get a little bit of cheeky footage inside of there, but we'll see. Vancouver is a pretty place, even though this is technically Richmond. I do like living here again. I do miss Calgary. I occasionally go on Google Earth and plop myself down in areas that I've been to and be like, huh, I've been there. But it'll be a while before I ever get back. There's no reason for me to go back. Like, what am I gonna do? Visit what exactly? exactly. Anyway, another beautiful day. Her matron. Well, because the Grubgun interactive map is, I think it's going through some revisions right now, so where am I? It doesn't even say where I am. I'm right around here. Huh? Maybe? Oh yeah, no, I must be. I'm here. So I'm not that far from Steveston, so let's keep heading on. I mean, you know, look at this. This dog's picked up a piece of dynamite, so that's not going to go well. Oh, well, I mean, if he's playing with matches, it won't go well. You can check out the these old pilings in the not these ones, those ones, in the river here. You know, harkening back to an age where this was a, you know, probably some form of industry, maybe a fishery or a cannery. There are a lot of canneries. You're going to see a cannery when I get to Steveston. But yeah, you know, think 100 some odd years ago, people were, I don't know, doing something weird probably with a can and a fish. Across the way you can see Vancouver Island. I'll be heading there next month for my birthday getaway. 3 days in Victoria, BC, and then I might head up to Duncan to visit my aunt and uncle. These birds here, they're called Schechler's Grebler. They're well known to be able to fly at 30,000 feet. So if you're in a 747 jumbo jet and you're at cruising altitude, you might see a couple of those flying by. You better believe it. Well guys, I got fucking thrown in the drunk tank. Dirty fucking bastards. Tried to tell them I wasn't drunk, and then trying to explain why I had my pants around my ankles and I was screaming at people. Well, that's fucking... Let's check though, maybe the lock's on the inside of the drunk tank. Just kidding, fellers and fellettes. Look at this. I had to rock one, and I figured, okay, well, I'm gonna rock one fucking properly instead of like finding a 90-degree angle to fucking duck into. You know what I'm talking about. They're doing something over here with a big piece of equipment, just like I was doing in the bathroom there, if you know what I'm talking about, fellers. You know it's true. Yeah, they're dredging the what do you call it? What's this thing called? Thoroughfare. I don't know what it is, but they're dredging. You see, look at this. They got a crane and they're pulling big, sopping wet, or maybe they're putting gravel into. I don't know what they're doing, but it's a nice day for it anyway. You better believe it is. Some more old dock remnants there, and some kind of a sculpture made to be looking like the hull of an old whaling boat, I guess, with whale vertebrae to represent the... I don't know. It's art, man. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, it's a salmon backbone. That makes a little more sense. Never listen to me again. There's a whole bunch of fishing boats. Is this thing recording? Yeah. There's a whole bunch of fishing boats and other types of boats, but a lot of fishing boats in there. People doing a lot of fishing. You know what's good? Fish. This is part of Steveston where they've kept the old buildings up, which is unusual, you know. I mean, they've probably told how many did they tear down to build that, but these are old. See, it says Chinese bunkhouse here. Oh, look, there's a chicken coop there. Makes me excited. I like a chimkin. But so the workers who worked here at the cannery, you know, they all slept in the bunkhouse and houses along the harbor. Look, you can see my reflection. And here's some of the old buildings that they used to live in. Or maybe it was a shipyards. I don't know. Who gives a shit, really? I mean, come on. Yeah, that one looks like she's got some rot issues. But yeah. Maybe that was a cannery? I don't know. No, it says shipyard. Again, don't ever listen to me. I would recommend Googling this yourself. But it's really nice down here. I came down here lots of times during the pandemic. Is this filming? Yeah. During the pandemic, and there were nobody wandering around down here. Or there was nobody wandering around down here. I guess they're fixing this up. Yeah, shipyards, of course. I guess they're putting boats here to make it look like it's still a shipyard. I don't know. Don't ever listen to me, like I said. You know, oh yeah, there's the tracks where they would push the boats out to the water, I guess. I don't know. Fuck. Really. The thing is ooh, look at that. Visitor guide and map. I'm both of those things. Look, there's a duck. I mean, let's just look around without me saying anything. How about that? That's probably for the best, because you listen to me, you're getting nowhere. See, fishing for the cannery. 15 canneries were operating along the Steveston waterfront alone. Many tall ships boarded Steveston every week during canning season to export canned salmon to world markets. He knows what I'm talking about. Boardwalks and buildings on stilts. You better believe it. So, yeah, this is a boardwalk. We're walking on it. And buildings on stilts. There's one. You can freeze frame this shit and read it if you want to. Or not. I just read it, so I mean, you might as well. See, look, it's the Murakami Boat Works and the Murakami House. And some kind of a, well, I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm scared now. But yeah, I mean, at the very least they kept a lot of these buildings up instead of tearing them down. Something that can be said for Steveston. Anyway, I'm going to continue on. My hand's getting cold holding the camera. Let's do this. More old pilings that used to hold up some, I'm gonna say cannery, but you know, so far I've been wrong every time, so that's good. Look, here's a guy holding the fish. Is he holding the fish? Don't listen to me. cutter wind rolling in off the old sea there. Well, inlet, not the sea. Maybe I'll go grab a coffee after this. Steveston village is right over there with all those other boats. That's where I'm heading. Well, let's keep going. Is that a fish? I'm not sure. Caution, slipping hazard. Jesus Christ. Set me up for disaster. More pilings there. Who knows what was going on here? Probably fishing, I'm gonna guess, even though I'm probably wrong. That's interesting. Stairway to nowhere. That's pretty good. This is all new shit, as you can tell. I mean, I would imagine there was fuck all down here before. Probably just old apartments and shit that they ripped down. Or nothing, you know, this could have just been scrub. But, you know, I think it'd be nice to live up there. You know, maybe that's just me, but, you know, I think it would be nice. Walk out on your balcony in the morning, fucking cup of coffee, checking this shit out. I'd get a fishing rod, and then I'd go fishing right there. From there, I'd catch a fish there, go there, and eat a fish. That's what I would do. And again, you know, I'm that kind of a guy. Well, I'm not going to film in the thrift store because copyright, because they were blasting some music that would have got fucking copyright striked immediately. Got a sweatshirt though for $3. I'm gonna head over to the other one, housed in a church, and then I'm gonna go home. You might get one more piece of footage, maybe two. But other than that, thanks for joining me. Steveston Village. They got really good fish and chips out here. Maybe I'll film that one day.